Hi everyone, welcome. Sorry, I had to delete the previous stream. Because there was something going on that is not cool. But I'm here again. Hello. Uh, I'm doing this stream for my pre-birthday party. I have a birthday party tomorrow at 12 Eastern Time. I'm in Eastern Time Zone. I'm sorry that I'm not working on camera right now. I'm working on a test. I cannot show that on camera right now. If you want to support me, my shop will be in the description. No, not in the description. It's never, well, it's always in the description, but I mean in the chat. My bot will drop the link if it does eventually. And if you want to help out with bills and whatnot, or if you want to give me a birthday present, my Ko-fi will be there as well. It will appear eventually. I don't know. It takes a moment to uh to get set up when you start a stream. It always takes me like about 5 minutes before it appears. Oh, it's here now, about a minute 30, so that's good. But sometimes it takes longer. Nightbot doesn't activate until much later in the stream. I do want to do a reminder for everyone, though, because I'm starting to have the problem with some viewers again. I have to remind you that I am autistic. I do have sensory struggles. I do have struggles with demands. I do have to go off camera sometimes. So please don't overwhelm me with things and don't ask me why I'm not on camera and why I'm gone. I have sensory needs that I have to cater to very often. And I always warn you about this. I always let you know, hey, I have to go off camera. But please don't pester me about it. That's it. I just need to be off camera from time to time. And I would appreciate your understanding of this. That's why I set up a reminder with Nightbot. It reminds you of it uh, every like 30 minutes or something. I have set up a reminder when there is people in the chat. Nightbot reminds you that I'm autistic and that I need to be off camera sometimes. So I just wanted to set up a reminder because once in a while it is needed. People forget and they kind of bug you about stuff sometimes. So I did wanna make this clear again. And I also want to remind you again that I use they them pronouns and it is not optional. It's not a fashion statement. It's not for fun. I use they them pronouns because I experienced gender dysphoria. And I know that a lot of you don't understand this and they're like, whatever, it's just a pronoun. I'm just gonna say she, her. But when you do that, it does hurt me. I know that you don't mean to. I know that it's just that to you. You don't understand why it's important, why they them pronouns are important to me. But I use them specifically because I don't feel good with she, her pronouns. It makes me feel like I'm not myself, like I'm wrong. It doesn't feel good. I don't feel like a woman. So that is why I do this. It's not just for fun. It's not a fun accessory with my name. I just wanted to remind people of this. Uh, I hope that doesn't sound too rude. I know that you don't do this on purpose, but sometimes it's just a very needed reminder. Um, I have a little bit of a headache at the moment. I'm sorry. And I'm not gonna have food for the next 4 days, so it's gonna get worse. And I'm not gonna have food for my birthday, so this kind of sucks a little bit. But I'm gonna do okay. I have water. I have access to drinking water, so I'm not gonna die or anything. I have water in my sink. But I say 4 days because there's 2 days left before the weekend, and I can't receive money on the weekend because banks are closed and they don't take PayPal or anything. And shops and things like that can't receive money on the weekends either. Like, if you buy something in my shop on a Friday, it only deposits the next business day in my account. So I'm 4 days without food because of this. Unless I make a sale today, which I don't think will happen, but that's it. Like, I have 4 days without anything. And my roommate just went to me and said, like, yeah, you can use my food, but I have ARFID and he only eats things that I cannot eat. And he knows this as well. He was just being a little bit like condescending to me and going, you can always use my stuff. There's no problem. You'll just pay me back later, blah, blah, blah. And no, he knows that I cannot, and I've explained this to him. He is aware. But he was just like trying to bug me about it. He had that little side grin. And also, anyway, you all know my roommate is kind of not really a nice guy. I know that it sounds like he's a very nice guy, and I'm being mean by saying this, but that's kind of what he's trying to do. If that makes any sense, like, he knows the chords to bug me about, and I'm not letting him see that it's bugging me, the kind of deal. Like, I'm just like going, yeah, yeah, okay. Instead of explaining to him anything at all, I'm just like, yeah, yeah, okay, okay. Um, that's what I resorted to. Because he is never gonna understand this. But anyway, that's a subject for another day. I'm trying not to get too depressed about it, but uh, I I have water reserves, so I'll be fine. Other than that, tomorrow's the birthday party. I'm trying to come up with things to plan just so I can announce them and see who will come in. Uh, because right now, as things are right now, I don't have people looking at my birthday live, so I don't think there will be too many people. I'm just trying to come up with an idea of what to do. Like, people always do fun things during their birthday lives, like they have giveaways and things like that. But last time I did a giveaway and it didn't work out too well. Like, people were confused as to how things worked, and I was getting confused as well because I didn't know how to explain it to them. Like, they were like, what's the wheel? Why do I have to give you my email? Why do you want to put my name on a wheel? And people just I don't know, I'm not too good at explaining, it seems, but it was just getting confusing. So if you do have suggestions for my birthday, please let me know. I can't do it on StreamYard. It's not scheduled through StreamYard. It's scheduled through YouTube. So I can't go back and change it now because you have to do it at first through the other one and it's already scheduled. And so I can't do that. I'm sorry. I'm not going to be able to have like the comment picker thing or things like that. I can still do the wheel, but like, I don't know why people were getting really angry about the wheel last time. They were like, why do you want to put my name on a wheel? And I was like, yeah, okay, never mind. I want to give the free choice of participating in a giveaway by one word or something, but I can't do that through YouTube. I have to do that through another app. Um, which, like I said, it's already scheduled, so I can't add it now, unfortunately. But yeah, if you have other suggestions, I already know I can't do a giveaway, unfortunately. But if you have any idea of what would maybe um catch people's interest for my birthday life, like what could I do other than a giveaway? I can't give away physical items because there is a law in Quebec that you cannot do games and giveaways over $100, and this is for the whole value of the giveaway, not for just one item. If I do a contest and the prize is over no, $100, I have to report that to the like thing, and that's too much for me to deal with right now. I'm not going to do it, so I cannot give items, and I don't have money to ship items anyway, so I can't do anything physical. So just letting you know, please don't suggest that. It's not gonna happen. I'm not gonna do it. I'm very sorry, but I just cannot. Uh, Things are a little bit too official when you do it that way, and I don't have the means to do that. Like you get taxed very heavily on contests here because there is a law about gambling and such, and it's considered gambling. So like I can do small patterns giveaway, like they're $4. That's not a big deal, but I can't give away any items because it would add up fast. Like if I give away a plushie, it's like at the very least $50, because the amount of shipping comes into that as well. So it's at the very least $50. So I could give away two plushies, and I'm already over the line, you know. So I can't really do that. No physical giveaways. I don't have stickers or anything because I don't have money to make them. But if you have any other ideas, please let me know. Again, there isn't much I can do. I'm very limited on my options here. I'm sorry, everyone. I know that this is sounding very last minute, but I thought about what I could do for the last um, month, and I'm at a loss. I really don't know. Um, but yeah, I'm gonna be 31. So that's one thing, I guess. Anyway, they're doing the cycling road thing on the other side of the road, and they let my side rot. All they have left to do is like add a tiny strip of concrete, but they're not doing it. They decided to just do everything everywhere else instead, and leave the tiny strip of concrete that would make the road magically open, and to just leave it unopened. I don't know why they do this. Construction in Montreal always does this. But we're gonna have a brand new cycling road right in front of the house. That's not good. I can't do bikes, so it's not profitable for me. It's funny because like they think it's gonna help in any sort of way. But there already is a cycling road on the next street over. So yeah, they could have done that. Like people know about the other roads, cycling road, and they don't really use that much. So I don't think they're gonna use the boulevard more. Like to be honest with you, I would be surprised at that. So yeah, we have that, and I can see them putting concrete on the other side of the street first, and it's really annoying because all there's left on this side. On the other side, they have the whole thing to do right, but on the this side, they did only the concrete around the big uh, center plates, like the dividers. They did concrete around that, but they left out the tiny strip of concrete between the pavement and the street. Like there's a huge gap, and it's kind of a hazard. But there's like uh, maybe 12-inch gap between the street and the pavement, the sidewalk. That's the only thing they have left to open it back up. That's the only thing left. They could have just done that in an afternoon, really. That's what annoys me. They leave things like that and they go do other things. And then after that, all's left is painting, but like painting the lines is not really urgent, you know what I mean? Like it can wait. The cycling road won't open until it's all painted from A to Z, but that can wait. That can take more time. It's okay, if that makes any sense. Not that I'm complaining again. But yeah, cycling road. Also, um, there was supposed to be a new grocery store opening near where I live. But further away. A person told me it was gonna open at the exact location, but instead they opened further away in a different building. So it's just one less option for food. Really, it's not really helping in any way. Um, because I can't get to the other one. It's like 50 minutes of walk instead of 30. So that's kind of a little bit harder. But it is a cheaper option, which is good for residents of that area. Because we had a specific chain store, which I will not name because I don't want to be sued. But just saying what I'm gonna say about it are my opinions only, and they do not reflect the market's the status of the market or anything. I'm just saying my opinion about grocery stores and about corporate greed and whatnot. But the place that closed down was, first of all, a little bit disgusting and not very well kept. But like that's not really an issue when you're looking for cheap prices. But it was not managed very well, and the prices are all over the place. Like it's always been a very expensive chain of grocery stores with not a lot of options. Like it's a small store and very high prices. But like you don't need your cheese whiz to be $10 a jar. That's a lot, and all their vegetables, all the things they sell has always been a lot. And the new one that opened up is among one of the cheapest. Like They have big bulk options. Like it's not a warehouse store. It's not like a big thing. It's not like a Costco or anything, but it is. They provide bigger options, more varied options, and at a lower cost. So it's a very good store for shoppers, for families, and such. And it's not always the best quality food, but they're the one that have the no name brand. They have the no name brand, and the no name is usually cheap. They raised the price recently of it, even if they initially said that they would keep it the same and they would resist the raise. They still raised it a little bit, but it's still the most affordable thing that there is. Like, it's all big, bright yellow boxes. That's what No Name does. It has big, bright yellow boxes and it says No Name. So, No Name brand. That's the thing. Like, we have a brand here called Compliments that is supposedly a cheap brand, but it is not cheap. Compliments cost you almost the exact same price as other stuff. The difference is it tastes bad, essentially, because it's made cheaply, but at the same prices. People still buy it because they still trust the brand. Like, they still have that initial love of when it was actually cheaper. But if you shop compliments nowadays, you really have to look into your deals and things because most of the time it's not really that much cheaper. But the no names it is still quite good about that. So yeah, I just wanted to say those reflects my opinion only. I'm not an economist or anything, and I do not condone boycotting something just because a person on the internet told you the prices are high. I'm just talking about the value that it has for myself as a shopper and as a buyer of food, as an household. I have my own place, but I'm only renting, but it's still a household. Uh, so yeah, I'm just talking about my own experiences. Nightbot is spamming. That's interesting. I didn't know it could do that. Like, put the exact same link it just did without anything in between. That's funny. Well, it's not really funny, it's annoying, but that's like, huh. Sometimes bots, I think they're just gonna take over the world and it's gonna be a disaster. Okay, there's something with my AC. It doesn't register the temperature anymore, so I always have to get it lower and get it up as every time I want it to work. So I don't know. And it's because of the humidity. It does that when it gets very humid, I feel like. It does that a lot. If it could stop being humid for a second, winter would appreciate that. That'd be fun. But yeah, currently there is a 25% discount in my shop, my Shopify, and my Ribbler store. So if you want to buy patterns, plushies, everything, it's the time to do it now, right now, today, or tomorrow, or the day of my birthday. The discount is up until midnight on July 20 Eastern time. So make sure you check the time where you are because you guys have a few more hours and the discount will already be finished. I'm hungry. Oh. So I'm still thinking of a series to do on Wednesday. I have a few people coming to the Granny Square stuff, but like people are not really interested in that. So I'm still thinking of what to change it to. So let me know if you do have suggestions. We will think of something, but in the meantime, don't know. For now, I'm not rescheduling it for next month until I have a better idea. So just let me know if you do have ideas. There are things I won't be able to do, unfortunately, but I still take suggestions. Like it cannot be another craft. It has to be crochet. My hands don't work too well. I have poor planning skills, and I struggle with a lot of things. So I would prefer to keep it crochet. I can't do coloring pages anymore. I had to throw away my thing for filming. I don't have that anymore, so I can't film pages and stuff like that. I can't film from a perspective anymore. So it does have to be something that I can do face to face. I can't do any tutorials, by the way. And even if I had a filming stand, I couldn't do it. I tried. I just don't have the didactical thing. It doesn't work for me. I'm not capable of teaching. I really tried, but like it ended up being really messy and hard to understand and to see, because I have to be like this when I crochet because I have sensory processing issues, and so I can't be like this. Like to me, I don't see anything when I'm like that, and it's not because my eyes are bad. It's because my brain doesn't process things from a distance, and also I'm dyspraxic and dysgraphic, and the further things are from my core, the less I'm able to use them. So like it will just do that. That's what it does when I do it. So it was just to show you, but like I'm unable to work from a distance. I really have to be close to my body, and that I need to be able to see it well too. Um, I know it doesn't make much sense to people, like they don't understand. They're like, oh, but just set it up like this so it's flat. And I try to explain, like with my disabilities, I cannot do this because I have to be able to see it from a good angle, and it has to be close to my face and to my body. Like physically it has to, otherwise the further away I am from my body, the harder it gets to control. Essentially, that's what it is with dyspraxia and dysgraphia. Like I just have poor fine motor skills. So yeah, no tutorials. I really did try. I filmed an entire tutorial for one of my patterns, and it just did not work out. And that closes down an entire market for my videos. I'm aware of that, but yeah, I I tried. I really did. Um, and it's not like small things that can be improved upon by doing it more. It's really things that are out of my control. If I had a camera stand that properly works, it would make it slightly easier, but like right now, it's not really something I can do. And also my brain is very messy. I never know what to say and how to say it and at what time, and editing is very messy for me. All I do is bang my head for 3 hours when I edit. I don't actually edit or do anything. It's just like it ends up all jumbled instead of becoming a tutorial. So I've decided for my own sanity that I would not be doing those. People ask me every day to make them. Well, not every day, but often. enough. You know? And I understand that is because they want to learn. But there are plenty of channels that do that and better than I would. So I would invite you to check them out. Like I know Hooked by Robin does fantastic tutorials. I encourage you to check her out. But Winter is not a tutorial channel. I'm not a teacher. I despise teaching people. I'm not good at it. I don't have the patience. I get angry when people don't understand what I'm saying because I don't know how to teach them. I don't know how to show them any different than how I know. I'm not an educator. That's not something I'm good at. I'm not good at explaining things. That will make a post about that on Threads soon. But one thing that I feel a lot in my core is people are so pressuring of like educating and things like that. Like you get so pressured, like it's your job to educate, especially if you're a minority. But that's a thing for another time. It's not for now. That's a subject, an entire different subject for another time. But people put so much pressure on you being able to educate and teach. And that is a thing that is reflected in that famous expression. If you can't explain it, then you don't understand it. But that's not entirely true. I've been an art historian for a long time. That's what I studied in college. That's what I did. But I can't explain you the Renaissance, and it's not because I don't understand the Renaissance well enough. I understand it. I've learned about it for 5 years straight when I was in college and when I was in university. It's not the same thing in Quebec. That's why I say that. It's a different level of education. A college is not a university in Quebec, it's a different one. It's a different thing. It's like pre university, actually. CJEP, that's what it is. Just to specify, because I know people get confused when I tell them I went to college and then university, because people are like, okay, you went to college, stop bragging. And I'm like, no, 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 it's two different things here. Anyway, parenthesis over. But I studied that for years, and I still can't explain to you the Renaissance because all my brain does is repeat the thing how it knows it. It's not able to say it differently because I lack the wording. It's not because I don't understand. It's because I don't have the didactical mind. I don't have the teacher mind. Not everyone is capable of teaching. Not everyone has the skills. Not everyone's able to vulgarize terminology and scientific things. So that's a big part of it. And so I feel like we're getting cheated by that expression. If you can't teach it, it's just because you don't understand it, or if you that expression I just said that I forgot how to say properly because it's 5 seconds later. And a big part of it is because I don't have memory. I don't have a good working memory. I don't have a good long term memory. I have no short term memory. Well, I have like the tiniest bit of it, like the tiniest hint of it. I don't have brain damage or anything like that. But what happens with CPTSD is you lose the ability to process memories into your long term memory, kind of. So when something is fresh, I kind of know, yeah, okay, this happened, but then after that, it's completely gone for the most part. And so because of this, I cannot teach because I will just end up repeating the same sentence over and over again. Like I've been doing this a lot, as you can probably notice already. I do that a lot. I just repeat the same point 5 times in a row. And it's because my brain doesn't remember where it was at 5 seconds ago. And so it has to start over and over and over. That's why I do it. It's not because I'm redundant. It's because I don't remember where I was and I'm trying to catch up. and I'm trying to catch up desperately, but my brain just doesn't. And that's why I just repeat. Like, that's what I'm doing now, even. You know? Don't know if this makes sense, but that's the only thing my brain is capable of teaching. It's just repeating the same thing. Anyway, I don't think I'm very clear about that. I don't think it makes a lot of sense to people, but I just felt like trying to explain why I don't do tutorials. So essentially, it just comes down to me not being really good at explaining in a beginner's way that would still not be redundant. Like I could show it, but it's either very basic, start to finish, person who's never crocheted before, and I'm not even capable enough of explaining to do that. But like, I don't know the line. I have a hard time seizing the line between explaining to complete beginner or to someone who's crocheted before, and just how much I have to say. And a lot of people don't seize that as well, and they still do tutorials. And like, you're like, whoa, 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 there a second, what did you just do? And it makes no sense to you. Like, they just forget parts, and I forget parts, and I feel like I wouldn't really be really good at that. And I feel like it's not really worth it to put a tutorial out unless people understand what you're actually saying, and a lot of people still do that, and it's no shade on them. It's just, personally, I don't see the point of putting out a tutorial that people are just not gonna understand what I'm showing, you know. So that's why I don't do it. Please don't ask me to make tutorials. I will not. Like I said, plenty channels do it. I have patterns. My patterns are very well explained. I always test them. I have testers. I always hold tests over on Ribbler because then you can remove the people who don't complete the test. That's the thing. Like, sometimes you have people contacting you. I don't understand why can't I have the pattern anymore? And you have to go like, oh yeah, sorry, the due date was yesterday, and people are like, okay, it's always like people are not. Uh, I've had fantastic, amazing testers. That's not to say all testers are bad at all. But you always have those people. You know how in school the teacher has to repeat the same exact thing 50 times and gets frustrated? It's because some people were not paying attention or not capable of, like, assimilating what is being said to them. They're just completely in another space of mind. And I'm not even talking about ADHD, right? Because I have ADHD. I'm talking about the people who are just not listening to you, and then they're confused as to why they don't understand. Like the people who on purpose are ignoring your instructions, and then they are surprised that you're actually going through with the threats of removing them from testers. And I'm like, yeah, I put a due date, guys. So that's why I do it over on Ribbler. It's just to simplify things. It's just a button. I click on it. It either gifts the pattern to people who have completed the pattern so they have access to it forever, or it just removes the person from the list and they don't see the pattern anymore. That's what it does. Anyway, that's pretty much it. I don't have more about this. But that was why Winter is not a teacher. People have skills, life skills, things like that. I am good at writing, reasonably good at writing enough to make patterns. I kind of suck at formatting a document and things like that, but that's another story. That's not my skill palette. But I'm uh, good enough to make simple, understandable patterns. Which sometimes I have testers because people will not necessarily understand where my mind goes. So that's why you test patterns, is to make sure the public understands what you're trying to say to them. Uh, but that is in written form, and it's a one time thing. I don't have to write the pattern every time someone wants to do it. It's just one physical form, so that I'm able to do, and that I do. But I'm not gonna tutorialize any of them anymore. Not gonna try. It's just a big mess. Like, my mind is not in a place to do that right now, or I don't think it will ever be. There's always a person, not, you know, even when I have testers, there's always a person who's not necessarily. It's not that they're stupid at all. That's not what I'm saying. But like, I don't have the patience to explain, because a person will ask you, "Why are you saying five single crochet? Shouldn't it be SC5 instead?" And you say like, "No, if I say SC5, you will put five single crochet in the same stitch." And they're like, "But I don't understand it when you say 5 SC, so you should put SC5." It's just like they will argue with you to death about the one thing, and you try to explain to them why it's like this. And then just personally, I don't have the patience, because I don't know in what other words I can put it so the person understands. Oh, okay, it's actually a different stitch. Like 5 SC is just like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like you go in 5 different stitches to make them. But SC5 is all in one. And patterns confuse it all the time, by the way. But I will confirm to you now: 5 SC, different stitches. SC5, same stitch. And sometimes patterns will go in the same space, etc. To clarify this, just because people use it interchangeably and they don't really differentiate between the two. So you will often see things like make 5 double crochet in the same space, or 5 single crochet in the next stitch, and things like that. Like, people actively change the formulation to match that. This is the thing, like when you hold a test, that's the thing, a thing people will tell you about is, "Please specify because we don't know." And your mind, in your mind, you're like, "Oh, but this is the actual correct way to say it." But people will let you know what they don't understand, so you can actually do these simplifications, these clarifications that are needed, because nowadays crochet is a very wide community, and it has diluted the, well, not that it's a bad thing, it's always better because it allows things to be simpler, more readily available, easier to understand, and to spread the love of crochet more. But yeah, that's why testers are there. It's to tell you, hey, that thing that is actually a norm in pattern making is not understandable to me, and it would be better worded this way instead, so that in my brain it clicks, okay, it's in the same stitch, instead of, is that in the same stitch or in the 5 next? I don't know, confusing, because people use it interchangeably. It's just like simple things like that we don't necessarily think about. We don't necessarily think to actually specify it. That's why testers are so great. That's because they explain what they don't get. You know, that's that's the whole purpose of testing your patterns. And yeah, sometimes I do lose patience a little bit, but I try to do my best. It's always better in written form because I can take a second to cool down and to explain it to myself before. It's always easier when there's no time limit on the explaining. Like when you teach, you have to do it immediately. You have to be quick on your skates and you have to go like, hey, oh, do it like this, and this is the way. But when you write a message, you can actually take your time and go back and explain it in a better way, do a little scheme, a little drawing, a little thing that shows to your people, hey, oh, this is the way to do it, you know? I don't know if I'm making much sense, really. I'm hoping I am, but, you know, it's just the way to, it's easier to do it by text, essentially. I'm starting to miss black yarn. I'm gonna have only 2 skeins left after this. Well, a partial skein and then 2 skeins. Like I'm maybe gonna have a tiny little ball left when I'm done with this. If that. And I need to buy more black yarn soon. Hello, how are you doing? We have little water here, and my birthday party is tomorrow at 12 Eastern time, obviously. I am sticked on the pattern. That is why I might miss some messages. Just to let you know, I'm still here and I'm still gonna pop in from time to time. I have a little bit of a headache too, so please don't mind my confusion. I am in a poor state of mind. My head hurts. Yeah, my couch is in the way. Ah, it's way better now that I pushed it. By the way, I can't work on camera because I'm testing a secret pattern, so that's why you cannot see my hands. It is a very sunny day, and I do apologize for the noise. They are breaking the street to build their little cycling lane, bicycle lane, cycling road thingy. So anyway, that's what the you're hearing is doing. Yeah. Oh, thank you. My actual birthday is on Saturday, but I won't be live because my roommate's gonna be home. So that's why I'm doing tomorrow. You figured that. What did you figure? Oh, that's why I wasn't responding. Okay, I got it. Yeah, it's kind of like hard for me to remember the whole thing because this is a very repetitive pattern. Well, very. I'm repeating it 3 times, but I'm still having to make the same thing over and over, you know? So that's why it's a little bit tricky for winter. But the further I go in amount of rows, like the easier it gets to just replicate the same side because this is a perfectly symmetrical design. So I can just like watch the first half and then do the second half off camera. So yeah, that's because I'm sorry. That's because of the construction outside. I'm guessing. Yeah, I'm doing a secret pattern again. Hold on. Let me check something. No, that's not what I'm looking for. I type microphone and it gives me speech. Devices. No. Okay, I don't know why, but my microphone is not in my devices anymore. It disappeared. Yeah, but you're saying you can't understand what I'm saying. Oh, okay, you're talking about the noises. I thought you were saying you couldn't hear me, but I guess you're talking about the noises outside. Okay, good. I thought for a second here you weren't able to hear me, and I was like, yeah, that's because of the construction. Like maybe you can't hear it much, but yeah, they're destructing. They're like poking holes into the asphalt, and they're breaking the layer of asphalt and what's underneath the concrete, the asphalt, the everything. They're breaking everything, so that's what they're doing. They're just poking big holes and then smashing those bits, you know. They're smashing everything. It is very sad. Gonna have a cry later. No, the saddest part of this is the cycling path, the bicycle path, the bicycle lane. You know, I don't know if you knew this, Leather, but a few months ago, Bill Mosley was attacked by a bicycle. Well, attacked. Someone ran into him in a bicycle, ran him over, and did a hit and run. Essentially, the guy just hopped back on his bike and left. And it was in a dark alley, and so Bill couldn't really describe the guy or anything like that. So I don't think he's gonna be found or fined or anything like that. I do hope he is found and fined and everything. Like, I hope the situation gets resolved. But he broke a few bones and he was unable to walk. Now he's in PT and he's learning to walk again. He's on demand though. That he's doing as good as he can. He is an older gentleman, so it's gonna be kind of a struggle for him, you know. They've been working on that since the beginning of June, actually. So for now, it's been a month. Yeah, I thought they were reconducting the sewers, but that was last year. They just like gave us the wrong sheet in their little info thing. They're not reconducting anything. They're just making a cycling path and breaking everything in their way. Oh wait. Anyway, at least now I can actually get out of my house. But it's just they left a tiny strip of unmade road, and they left it like that, like they left a gap between the sidewalk and the street, so it's kind of a hazard right now trying to walk on this. But other than that, yeah, after that, that's gonna be left to do in front of where I live is to paint. Is the That's the whole thing. They're just gonna have painting left. And yeah, if you want to see the colors, I can show you the back since this is a mosaic. But look at that flame. Yeah, it's supposed to be Halloweeny. Um, because I wanted to have a little bit more of a Halloween color scheme. I'm almost done now, though. I was gonna make three or more repeats of the pattern But I'm going with two because I have taken a lot of um, uh, I don't know the word for this, but I'm late on it. So, because I had to stop crocheting for weeks at a time because of carpal tunnel. And so I'm just making two. I'm making all the motifs I need to do. And then after that, that's what I'm gonna hand out because essentially that's what I can do in the time frame. The tests, the test ends on Sunday, so I have until Sunday to finish this, and it's okay. I have like 14 rows to finish, so I'm gonna do 7 today and 7 tomorrow, or something like that. I maybe have 3 done today so far, 3 or 4, I'm not sure. 3, I believe. This is my fourth, so it's good. I don't want to do it all the same day and then hurt the next day, so I'm kind of, you know. Yeah, no, that's not nice. Well, we did have a little way of going out, like this much space just to walk out. But other than that, yeah, no, it was not a fun time. There's still no way to access the street light. So when I want to cross the street, I have to go all the way over there, like a 10-minute walk, just to cross the street. Because there's no way of clicking the little button that makes you able to cross the street. So people still do it. They still do it there, but it's dangerous because you don't have the little white pedestrian guy, the little pedestrian sign, like while you cross and your crossing time, you don't have that. So I wish they could just have left an access to that button. That's all I want. That's all I want them to do is just like leave an access to that freaking button. But they weren't and to do it. They couldn't be bothered. Oh boy. But also it was, yeah. It's gonna be easier having bike lane. The only thing is there is no parking in front of my building anymore. So people are losing their parking spots. No more parking on the whole boulevard. It's kind of sad because that then if my family comes by, they're not gonna be able to park. They're gonna have to use other streets. I do have parking in my building, but there's only 4 spots in the back, and my spot in the front is always taken by another guy who doesn't care. I asked my landlords like 20 times about this. They're not doing a thing. They're claiming, "Oh yeah, 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 we're gonna do that," and they don't. So my spot is always taken. I'm just like, yeah, yeah. I'm a little bit behind. Yeah, I'm gonna check that in a second. That's fine. I'm just gonna finish what I'm up to, and I'm gonna check that. In the middle of a row right now. I don't want to lose the beat per se. And these are all big, heavy value acrylic that I'm using. This is Loops and Threads Soft Classic that I'm using right now. And I also have a few of Hirschner's Halloween Shimmer, not Sparkle. It's actually another one that was years ago with solid colors. I used the white one for this. I used a bunch of different brands of purples. I have some Fentex worsted in there. So yeah, it's just like a bunch of value acrylics. It's gonna be very colorful. I think people are gonna love this when it's finished. It has a lot of sparkles and a lot of fun. There's no sparkle at all in the black section, but in the white and purple there is a lot. It's just because I didn't have any sparkling yellow anymore. I don't have sparkly black. I need sparkly black yarn, but silver, not gold. I don't do gold sparkles. Not my thing personally. I It's just I don't know. I've always had kind of weird vibes about gold sparkles. They seem a little bit too rich for me. I don't know. It's not that they're not pretty. It's just it doesn't. I don't think it fits my personal aesthetic. Personally, that was a lot of personally words stringed together. Sorry. But yeah, I do silver sparkle. I do colored sparkles, but like golden alone is not really my speed, if I can say it that way. Okay, I do think it looks good, but maybe it's because I'm a goth. I've always been more inclined to look at silver, things like that. Almost there. I'm just left with 3 stitches now. Okay. Snip, snip, snip. And then I have to go to the pattern again to lower it. Well, raise it actually. No, lower it. Okay. Now I'm left with 8 rows to finish. That's good. I thought I had less. You like your sparkles? Yes. And I like red sparkles. You know why? Because they look like little stars. And I feel like it's good. I like that. Okay, hold on. Yeah, that's totally fine. I get that. Yeah, I will give you more details about that soon. Yeah, shipping in Canada is kind of all over the place, right? Yeah, I'll give you more details once I'm not on stream anymore, because typing all this out is gonna be a little bit of an adventure, if you know what I mean. But yeah, thank you. Oh, I don't know if I have enough yarn in this color to make the next row. I'm gonna try. Okay. Oh boy, I really don't want to have to frog. Uh, we're gonna play yarn chicken a little bit. What we're gonna do is we are going to do the first cat head and then evaluate from there. Yeah, the theme was already revealed, so like that's fine saying cat head won't spoil it too much. But the image was not. Yeah, as soon as I heard what the theme of this test was, I jumped on it. Like I was like, oh, I like that. Add me like instantly. That's what I did. All I need to do for this one is this. Ooh, fine. So yeah, we're playing Yarn Chicken. Pray with me, not in a religious way, but like cross fingers with me that I won't need to add a completely different strand of yarn halfway through this. Yeah, yeah, gas tax. Yeah, that's what makes it so insane to ship anything inside of Canada, like gas tax and the whole like plus they add more costs because Canada is wide but not so densely populated, so they add fees for this. You no yarn chicken. Yeah, we cross fingers. Yeah, every time I send something to the States, it's like $10, and I'm like, "F you guys!" Like $10 for one small package, or even relatively good size. Like it costs me $11 to send a zombie cat to the States, and within Canada, it costs me like $26 to $30, and I'm just like, "Oh goodness, why?" Just like, ugh. It's gross. It's almost gross. Okay, I think I might be a little bit short, but I'm gonna risk it. Because this is the last that I need of this color. This is a light yellow, and this is the last row that I have, so like I might have to add a tiny bit of it. So I think I'm just gonna power through, and if I need a bit more, I'll just add it. I don't like adding yarn in the middle of a row when I'm doing overlay mosaic. Like I'm just like, okay, I'll start with a new strand instead. The whole thing, just so I don't have uh pieces weaved in and things like that. You know what I mean. It's just it adds bulk because mosaic blankets are already very heavy, bulky, and thick. So every time you add a piece of yarn in between, it just adds to that. So I think it will be fun, but I really don't have a lot of yarn left. Yeah, I was shipping a package one time and it was like $50 for shipping, and I was like, 50 what? And it's because it was slightly bigger, so they put it in the express shipping just like instead of expedited shipping, it was like recommended, or the one that's like super expensive, and it's just because it was 1 centimeter away. Like it was over 30 something, or 40 something centimeters. I don't remember the exact size, but over a certain size it changes category. And I was like, okay, I'm just gonna remove this box and use a different one then. Like it's crazy. One centimeter away, and ugh. You ordered old hooks from Doria. They are doing free. Oh, that's cool. Oh, that's cheap. Yeah, that's really cool. That's good. Yeah, it's so annoying. It's like it's not tempting to be a small business and to have to deal with that shit. I'm swearing. Oh my goodness. But yeah, it's like they don't want us to ship things. Yeah, so far I think I'm gonna miss like a few yards of this. Even 1 yard. Very small quantities. Because I'm a third of the way through. No, I'm 2/3 of the way through. Oh, okay. I have more than I thought I did. But I have this much left. And I have all this here. So I think I might be okay, actually. Hmm. Okay. Chicken time. I'm gonna do my stitches a little tighter to try and go through. Equalize the prices. So Canadian and American, get your hooks. Do you know what I did when I shipped hooks? You know those small bubble envelopes that are like 15 by 9? That's what I did. I used that and then I wedged the hooks between small pieces of cardboard. Like, I'm not saying do this for your business because that doesn't look very good, but I just like rolled a piece of cardboard around the hook like this, and you just roll it in a little bit, and you tape that together so it's the thinnest you can go. Like the thickness of the hook will be the thickness of the package essentially. So it was like 2 centimeters at most, and that's how I shipped my hooks. And it would cost me like $18 instead of $30. $18 is still a lot, mind you. But yeah, that's what I was doing. And I would put it sideways inside the packet so I could use the smallest envelopes too. And it was like uh 0. 0.5, 0.05, not even zero point 0.5, 0.05 kilograms. So it was like 50 grams, something like that. Something like that. These were for furls. So furls are a little bit on the heavier side because they have some bulk to them. Especially like the Odyssey ones. They're a little bit heavier because of the head is metal, so you know. Oh, I'll have enough yarn. I just have this much. Yay! Oh, I have enough yarn. Oh, that's reassuring. I'm glad. And after that, I'm done with the yellow. Well, that shade of yellow anyway. I have other shades too. Yes. Yeah. Oh, yeah. The smaller bubble envelopes, yes, exactly. I used the smallest I could find. I had a bunch of them from when I was selling friendship bracelets. Yay, I'm happy. I'm happy I don't have to add a small piece of yarn just to finish. That would have been the worst. Hate yarn chickens. Chicken is good. I want to eat chicken. I've not had chicken in a while, but yarn chicken, not so much. One, two, and three, and four, five, and six. We're good. We are good. I'm just doing the anchor stitch here and cut, cut, cut. Good. Yay! Thank you, Nightbot, for all the reminders all at once. That's all I ever want. Yay! And we have 7 rows left to make. I could even finish that today if I wanted, but the pain in my hands suggests that I'm gonna have to cut through and do like maybe 5 rows tomorrow. Just because I don't want my hands to fall off, you know. I'm still good to go for a little while. I have a ball yarn here. Gonna use this yellow next, but I have to do a stripe of black in between. But yeah, I have 7 rows left, so I'm happy. Yeah, it is still expensive. Flat rate, yeah. Flat rate boxes are big though. You might use them for bulk orders, but yeah. I think the smallest flat rate box is like this, and this is pretty big for a hook. So, well, those that I've seen at my post office anyway, they were quite big. I hope you find a way to make that cheaper. You can still like um charge for shipping, but yeah. Look at that. You can kind of see it through here in the back. It looks really good from the front though. Wish I could show you that. Really do. Okay, let's navigate through the webs. Yeah. Yeah, that's silly. We can ship anywhere except within Canada for reasonable prices. Because Canada sucks. Well, Canada is not that bad, but yeah, I'm angry too. They care more about licking the US government's boots than taking care of us. And we all know this. We all know this. Like, people from the US are like, oh, you guys Canadians are so nice. And we over here were like, yeah, that's because we're sucking your boots. We're licking your boots. That's why you think we're nice. We're not nice to each other, though. Have you ever, like, I'm sure you've had the experience, but if a Canadian runs into you, they don't say sorry unless they think you might be American. At least in Montreal, like nobody says sorry. They're like, "Huh," and they go on their merry way. But then we run into a tourist or anything like that, and we're like, "Oh, sorry, I'm gonna pay you because I ran into you." Like we're like so apologetic. All of a sudden, it's messed up. But I get pushed around, and I get run into. I get a lot of shit for being in public, for being autistic, and all that. But like the second someone else comes in and they get bumped into, the person is like, "Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry." Uh, we're not polite. It's an illusion. We're kind of not that good. We like people to think we are. Yeah, we can be nasty. Yeah, that too. Like I will hold the door for someone who's 20 feet away, but then after that, people will push me out of the way and not let me enter the door because I need to go through the door too. I'm I'm holding the door for one person, and after that, everyone pushes me out of the way and doesn't let me in. That's crazy. Like that's crazy, but that's Canada for you. It's what we do. But also, we are lucky because at least we don't have all the shit going on in the States right now. We don't have Donald Trump, although we all know that it's gonna come our way too. Like, all that stuff is starting to make its way over here, and it's scary. Well, for me, it is scary because I'm trans and my health care depends on those legislation. I get treated okay as long as they think I'm a woman, but I'm not. So I don't get treated very well in a hospital. My doctor was adamantly refusing to call me by my chosen name and pronouns. And she was like, "Oh, you're a girl. Oh." And when I said, "Hey, I'm queer, could you not please?" She was like, "Oh, okay, so no risk of STDs for you because you don't sleep with men." And I'm just like, "That's not what queer means, you stupid." Anyway, she was not so good as a doctor, let me tell you. Even lesbians can get STDs, by the way. What the heck was she saying? She was like, "Oh, you cannot get pregnant." Well, I have PCOS, so I'm infertile, but like, what business is this of hers? Anyway, it's a mess. It is a mess. I feel bad for Americans. They can't even have gender affirming care at all in some places. Like, in some places, it's not even legal to call a child by their chosen pronouns and names. In some states, they have to tell their parents that their kids are gay. They're not allowed to keep it a secret. It's crazy. To me, it's crazy because not all parents are safe. When I was about 14, something like that, I put a headband on my 4-year-old brother. A headband. Just a simple plaid patterned headband. You know, one headband. A headband. You get me? And my dad, without skipping a beat, yells, "If my son turns out gay because of what you did, I'm gonna disown him." That's what he said, word for me. If my son turns out gay because of what you did, I'm gonna disown him. That's what he said. So, like, you cannot tell parents that their kids are queer because you don't know what they're gonna do to them. And, like, now, years later, my dad has still not made peace with the fact that I dated a woman. He's like, no, he was a man when you dated him. That means you didn't date a woman. Yeah, that's not how being trans works anyway. It's still it's starting to happen over here too. Like politicians and stuff, like they're trying to divide us on trans issues. They're trying to make it really hard to be who we are. Hi Samantha, welcome. Yeah, I can be a big bitch too if I want to. No common courtesy here. I'm sorry I wasn't reading. Yeah, that doctor was completely yep, indeed. But yeah, it's completely insane. Like I don't get why people just mind their business. Like personally, I don't give a flying single rat's. You know what? What are you up to, Samantha? What are you working on? And leather too. You making anything fun lately? I'm working on a lot of tests and a lot of things like that. But I want to know what you're up to as well. If, if, yeah. Did I do this the right way? Yeah, okay. Oh, I'm starting to be tired. I woke up at 4 in the morning as my roommate decided he would dance or something. I don't know what the heck he was doing, but it was noisy as heck. You've just been doing the hook thing. Oh, that's good. Gumball blanket finished soon. Okay, cool. Yeah. Yeah, you were up at 4 too. Yeah. Staying up late sometimes is necessary, but I think that in my 30s I'm starting to not be able to do this anymore. Yeah, my roommate was like skipping across the floor. I don't know what he was doing, but he was so loud. I'm not sure he was actually skipping, but that's what he sounded like an elephant walking around. So that was not the best. What were you doing up at 4? I checked my phone and then I just like drifted back off to sleep. Luckily, because most of the times I'm not able to get back to sleep. I have a bit of insomnia. Well, a bit. That's still a bit of an understatement, but yeah, insomnia. And then, I'm trying to speed through those rows because I want them done as soon as possible. Also, I'm trying to balance that between that and. Oh, thank you for the reminder, Nightbot. I'm trying to balance that between that and destroying my hands. So, we're getting all of the other reminders too. Thank you, Nightbot. Very sweet of you. I like the idea of this color scheme. I might actually make more things with like fiery colors like this. I really like that. Yeah, that's better than I thought it would look actually. And I don't know. For this blanket, I'm thinking of finishing it up with an envelope border. But also I don't know if I'll have the time to do this before the testing ends, and I think I might add more uh, repeats after too. So I don't know. I can't really show you, but based on what you see, do you think I should wait and add more rows after that, like to make it bigger? Because right now it's like lap blanket sized. It's like it's gonna be a lap blanket or a baby blanket the size it is now. I'll hold it up later, but it's like about the length of it's like about the width of my body and the length of my legs. So it's pretty much a lap baby or lap blanket. I could make it twice as big, and I think that might work. Because I would go green for the next row. For the next repeat, I would go green, and then after that, I might go blue. Blue is a nice color. Yeah, I might keep going. That's what I think. You watch Johnny the. Oh, cool. You found me. Mwahaha. I am everywhere. That is where I am. So yeah, so far if you want to see, that's like this is the length of it. But yeah, it would be double that, about double that. And you can see all the purples that I use too. Yeah. Okay. But yeah, I'm using scraps, so I'm just like using various skins that I have in my big bins. So just a mix of brands and stuff that I found that I have, and pretty good and enjoying it. Was debating at first using a stripe of gray, and then the next would have been black and green. So it would have been white, purple, gray and orange instead, and green and black. Then I decided, yeah, I might add another stripe of blue, so that would complicate things slightly. I'm at the very, very end now. I have 6 rows to do. So I might finish at this one. And then after this one, I'm gonna do 5 rows tomorrow. Like that would be reasonable. Or I could just uh, go on until I feel like stopping. That will depend. My hands hurt a little bit right now, but also I'm just I'm in the zone right now, so I'm in the zone to keep crocheting and working away at it. And I have to do laundry today too. I don't have anything to wear for Saturday and tomorrow either. So it is the birthday party, so I do have to dress up at least a little bit. I don't know. Don't think I will be very dressed up. I might do a little bit of makeup. I don't know. And also, yeah, after this is finished, I have 2 more orders to completely get done. I can show you this one. This is a logo for someone's band. It's about halfway through right now. I'm doing a little bit when I can. I do bits at a time. So yeah, we have this now. It's rather square, but yeah, it's gonna be a little bit taller. And also, I have a bag for someone. The bag is not has not progressed in a while, but it's gonna be very fast. I just need a panel to do the front panel, and after that the sides, and then after that the handle, like the strap. It's gonna have a very long strap because it is a crossbody bag, and I have to make the little character faces to sew on the bag. I made 4 of them, but I might just disperse 3 of them throughout. Because that ghouls thing is like an anime. That's what my friend had me theme the bag on. So I will have these little ghoul faces with fire eyes. One of the characters has fire in their eyes. So that's the one I'm doing. That's the one she wanted. I'm using felt for this, by the way, because oh my, It will be easier to just cut out shapes, essentially. Wow, the sun has not uh, shown this bright since the dawn of times. That hurts. And poor little camera. I'm very sorry. I wish I could set it up differently, but I cannot. My living room is very small. Yeah. I tried once to shut the drapes, and what it did, the only thing it did is people couldn't see me anymore. Like, it was dark in here, and after that, it was the end of it. I just said, like, yeah, you guys are gonna tolerate the brightness. Inline. I'm an inline person. That's why I use ferrules inline. It's easier for me because when I use tapered hooks, they kind of just like, I don't know. It's easier to just control it with inline hooks for me. Yeah, it shines and then it goes super dark. Yeah, one day I'm gonna have an actual filming lamp, but until this day comes, I'm adaptative. Adaptative brightness thing. Yeah, like I tried many things, but anyway, that's besides the point. Ooh, I'm happy. I'm almost done with this row. Woohoo! Progress, progress. Yeah. Like, it would be good to finish it today because it would be easier to take a photo on a good lighting day, you know? Yeah, Susan Bates. I actually have a Susan Bates hook that I put little silicone beads on, and I like it a lot. It's really good. And yeah, I'm a Susan Bates kind of person, and any size at all, really. But I do enjoy smaller sizes because I need more of them. Actually, because the only small hooks that I have now have crappy tiny handles. So yeah. And I need it for dolls and things like that for small amigurumi projects. So Oh, we got through. I'll tell you that in a minute. Um, Let me just get the next color in the line so I don't forget it. So the sizes that I'm out of at the moment are C and B. C as well as B. That's the ones I don't have right now. Other than that, I use a lot of 5 millimeters, so that's always good. Or a four. I have a 4 millimeter hook, which is actually my Susan Bates. But yeah, it's kind of lacking the space here. It's kind of small. I could remove that bead because yeah, it is a little small. So yeah, a four would be good. To be honest, if you have that, I don't know why I pulled this color. I'm doing black right now, but yeah. Hold on, I'm I'm gonna have to look it up because with different brands, it's not the same thing. Susan Bates. Please tell me. No, it doesn't even have that size. I don't know. I'm sorry. I have no idea. Okay, B is 2.25 or 2.5, and C is 2.75. So those are small, very small, like tiny, tiny. Well, they're not tiny, tiny. They're like reasonably small, I guess. But any size will do, as long as it's not like 7 millimeters or something. I use a lot of 4.5, and 4 as well. Like I said, the 4 millimeter would be good because I have one right now. But like the distance between the tip of the hook and the workable area of it is a little bit short. So yeah, if you have any 4 millimeters. Yeah, I think I'm gonna try to do another row. Because then after that, I will only have 4 left. And you know that that's nice. Okay. Hello, how are you? I'm doing a pre-birthday party. The actual party is tomorrow. Gonna probably do makeup and stuff on camera tomorrow. By the way, I think I said earlier, but yeah. What was I saying? I don't remember. See, my brain, it it's all over the place. What are you up to today? You working on the ferry? I'm guessing. For those who don't know, I am turning 31, and that's pretty much it. There's nothing very special about this. I'm just gonna have a little simple. Thank you. Just gonna have a little simple birthday party tomorrow and hang out. Right now, I'm just working on another test. That's why I'm not doing it on camera, but I'm like just below it, working on another mosaic blanket test. And it has cat faces. It's very cute. Yeah, you have 2.5, 3 point. Yeah, I have a D hook. I have the 3.25. I have that one. So the first one you said would be good. The first one you said would be a good size. So that's the only one I don't have at the moment. And also, yeah, that's the ones I don't have. What am I doing here? Think I did the wrong stitch. Okay, no, I did the right one. If you want to see the color scheme that I'm working right now, it's fiery. It's supposed to be Halloweeny, but it looks like a bunch of flames, really. But I am satisfied with that. I added yellow in between because I wanted to add more color variety. Just wanted to make it a little bit more interesting, so I did orange and yellow together. I just think that's nice. Could have done red too, but I was I had my heart set on Halloween colors, so that's why I did. Like, yellow is still Halloweeny, sort of. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, the 2.75 is good. Last day, then you're off for 5 days. That's awesome. You're twice my age plus one. Yeah, I'm gonna be 31, so that means 63. Something like that. I'm not good at math. The East Coast. It's really hot. That's what it is. Maybe Antoinette can give you more details about her location, but where I am, it is very hot, humid, and sunny. Ah, my yarn got stuck for a second here. Hey, we're all Canadians here. Everyone in the chat right now is Canadian, and I am too. All from different provinces as well. So yeah, I'm already starting to feel the effects of being in my 30s, and that started long ago because of my disabilities. But my body doesn't bend certain ways anymore. It's funny to say. It's not really funny, but in a sense it is, I guess. I better take this with some humor. Yes. Oh, by the way, I'm gonna put my links, but I did a little thing, and I have reminders, but I'm using Kofi for birthday things. So if you want to give a little something for the birthday, that's gonna be over there. And also on Shopify, I have a 25% discount on my shop and all my patterns as well. So all my items are discounted actually. 25% on Ribbler, 25% on Shopify. I don't have it set on Etsy, and that is because Etsy's keeping my funds away from me. It's being a little bit annoying right now. So I'm primarily using other shops. That is why. But I set it up all so that it would do a reminder today for my little party. You're 57. You're what? My what? I don't know what that is. I confused. I confused. Oh, well, I don't have any money, so I'm not keeping anything. I'm not sure what you're referencing. Oh yeah. Oh, Etsy. Yes, 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 yes. Okay. Yeah, Etsy is still keeping my money because I don't have an active credit card right now, and I don't have a way to apply for one because I have bad credit. So until that is fixed, unfortunately, they cannot send me money anymore. So it's a whole issue. I just don't have a credit card to put in. Like, I can pay with my prepaid, but I also need a regular credit card on file. Like, they have stupid rules. It even says in their little info thing that you can put a prepaid, but my prepaid card is not from a credit company, it's from a bank. That's why it doesn't work. That's why I can't use it for my primary card on Etsy. Like, I can pay with it. I can use it to pay my bills and everything, but I cannot use it as my primary, as my default billing card. So that's why until I have a credit card, I cannot receive anything from Etsy at all. So yeah, Shopify it is, but Shopify is like $58 a month with taxes. So that's expensive, especially since I've not really made a lot of sales lately. So yeah, we're not doing great. So everyone, if you want to buy from me, that's going to be on Shopify from now on. It's not that big of a change, it's a beautiful platform, and I think I did a good job with the website. No, they can't, because my debit card is from a bank. It's not a credit company. You can use a Visa debit card, you can use a MasterCard debit card, but you cannot use your own bank with NIP regular thing for billing. You can only use that as which bank account they send the money to, but you need to have a credit card, a regular credit card on file to even receive your money. Otherwise, you're just not eligible. You lose your privileges. So, no, I absolutely have to have that on file. I know it sounds complicated, but that's Etsy for you. They suck. I don't know why they do it that way. They just decided to screw over all their small business owners, really. And they're implementing a new fee for Canadian sellers too. It's gonna be like 1 point something percent every on every order more that they charge us. More money. Yes, it is stupid, but I can't do anything about it. Unfortunately. So that's life, you know. Not much I can do. Oh, I only have 4 rows left. That's good. Wee. I have like 20,000 notifications. Just give me a second. Thank you for the subscription. Yeah, that's why you don't have an Etsy, and that's why I'm doing Shopify now. Because you always get threatened with getting your shop removed when you have bad reviews and blah 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 blah. It's just not a good platform. I hate it. Life is a mess. It really is. Wow, that ice cream is bright as the flamingos. Look at this pink. And it's even worse in on my screen than it is on this screen. Oh, that pink is whoa. That's radioactive. I would not eat that. It looks really good. It's beautiful color, but ouch. Like your insides would be dyed pink, I feel like. Oh boy. No, yeah. Okay. Hiking myself up a little bit. So I'm more comfortable. More comfort. Ooh. Meow, 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 meow. Yeah. essentially. Okay. Now I just have straight rows of crochet alternating between single and double, so I don't have to look at the pattern anymore. I just have to look to make sure I don't make too many rows, and I'll be done. So I should have 4. That's a good number. Yeah. Yeah, that's all I have left to do. So I really like this pattern. Is so intricate around the motif, like around the pattern part. But then once you get to the top, it's just like a few rows of just really normal double crochet, single crochet, double crochet. So it's just like to cover your top, your base, your, you know, really nice. I can even just do 2 rows. I don't have to do the full 4 if I stop here. But since I'm thinking of continuing after that, I will probably do the full thing. Like if this would have been my last row, I would just border it with a nice contrasting color. Because yeah, the first row that I did, this was white, so I could do like a bright orange and stop it there, and it would look nice, you know. You do chains too. Yeah, you told me about that, I believe. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you did. Unless my memory fails me. Right now I'm using this very bright as the sun color, which is called like safety orange. It's not safety, it looks like single cheese slices more than anything. But they call it safety orange. See, this is single cheese color. Like, nobody's gonna convince me otherwise. This is single cheese. So I don't know if I make the border this color or the next, and I'm thinking this is good because it's neon. Yeah, that might. It's not even gonna show through anyway, because it's all gonna be covered with like the previous color, with like the black. If I leave it as the border, it's gonna be fine. But if I do one more row after this, it's just gonna be black. You're hooked on Susan Bates. Oh my goodness, thank you. That's so nice. I appreciate that very much. So, thanks. Thank you. Every time I get an email from Kofi, it tells me you have 11 alerts, and I don't know how to remove those alerts. But thank you so much. Yeah, it's like it sends me an email with all my notifications. And normally there's a way to remove, like, unsubscribe from those emails. Let me see if that's on the app somewhere. That there might be a way to settings. No, that's profile. Ah, I have a headache. Okay. Yeah, no, that's my page settings. That I want my account settings. Eh. Home, maybe? Oh boy. Yeah, I think I will look at that later. Yeah, I don't know how to do it. But yeah, they always send me like, oh, you have 11 alerts, you have 5 alerts, you have 20 alerts. Yes, yes, I know. And even if I check them, like, they're always unread. So I don't know what that is. Hmm. Maybe if I unsubscribe through the email directly. Oh, yes. You can manage the emails you receive through here. Yeah. Okay, memberships I'm keeping. New feature announcements. Yeah, that I need to. Okay, good. That's good. All right. That should do it. Cuz like that's really annoying to receive an email every time something happens on my account. Like if it's a donation or like a purchase from someone, like that's fine. I want to know. So I'm glad you like Susan Bates leather. I like it too a lot. Ever since I've tried it, I'm hooked too. Some good water. hydration reminder. Avoid dehydration. Avoid dehydration. Have a sip. Thank you, Nightbot, for the kind reminder to drink water. So yeah, I think this will be a good color for my border. Hold on. Obviously, it doesn't look like this on the other side. It's got like little cute uh, squares and dots. I can't wait to share this. It's a gorgeous design. Thank you, Nightbot. Okay, a little bit more yarn. Yeah, and this designer, the last time I tested for her, she would give away free patterns to people who finish before the due date. And so I got a pattern that is like cute little circuits, like a circuit board kind of thing. And it's all in her pattern, it's all black and green, so it looks like a circuit board. I don't know how to say it other than that. But I'm looking into doing that in like teal, bluish kind of color. Maybe I'll use my neon green. I don't know yet. I have a bunch of neon green that is DK yarn that I could use for that. Let me see if I can show you the pattern. I don't know. You gone through all your life never trying Susan Bates. Oh, that's good. Yeah, I've had some before. I had a full case of them. But they were too small for my grip, so that's why I added the silicone beads. But with the silicone beads that I added, they're perfect. Like, look at with a thicker handle, that they're good. Yeah, I really enjoy those hook heads too. They're pretty nice. Yeah. I think I'm gonna lie my blanket down and see if I think it looks done or not. I think that is what winter is. Because it's hard to see it when you're working on it so close. Mhm. Just, I'm left with this much to crochet. All right. Uh, and for today, that'll be all. Even, well, no, I'm staying on stream for a while longer, but as far as crochet goes, I'm gonna take a break. Oh, you had decided, so since you sold this one, you'd go back to your regular. Oh, yeah. I think I tried once a tapered hook and I was like miserable. It just like would twist and I could not poke it through. It would not poke through. And I don't know if it's because I was not doing it right, but it's just not for me. I'm a very big fan of the Susan Bates. So let's let's see what my blanket looks like. Ooh! Oh, that's a little rug. I like that. Oh, it looks like a rug. Oh yeah, even if I don't finish it, like the way it is now is spectacular. Really wish I could show you, but it's gonna be on Sunday. It's gonna be released, so you're gonna see it then. Ah, oh, this is good. This is really, really nice. I'm gonna have to take photos of this. Yeah. Oh. Oh boy. Okay, I also have to wait it now. Just give me a sec. I'll do the things just for the Ravelry upload. There. Oh my. I think this is one of my favorite projects now. Be honest with you, it just looks that good. 350 grams. Yeah, that's heavy for a blanket, isn't it? Yeah, 350 grams. And now you will see my face properly. Hello. Here is winter. Gonna put things back the way they were. Ouch. Okay, I need the little sheet. I need to do calculations. Huh? Oh, something's not right. I miscalculated somewhere. Okay. Hmm. Uh, okay, I'm gonna have to say this again because I've said this at the beginning of the stream, but sometimes I need to go off camera to do things. And I always warn you first, as I just did. Okay? So I'm gonna say this again. When I'm off camera, I'm not gone. I'm still here. Yeah, it works for a rug. I'm gonna have to weigh it again, though. I'm still here, okay? My goodness. Ah, 770. Okay, that makes more sense. 770. 770. Okay. Now, oh, the calculation go. Um, so that would be about 400 grams. Okay. So 400 minus 260 would be 130. Okay. Now I have all the things. Just need to upload the pics to Reverie. I'll do that later, but I will still show it to the designer. I have to edit out my toes from the pictures though, because you can see my toes on all of them. You know how you try to take a picture from very high, but you're small? Like, I don't know how tall you all are, but I'm 5'3", so like when I try to take a photo from a distance, it's like this, and you can see my foot always. So I'm gonna try to remove that. Yeah, I know. Of all things, it's like little toes, but you know, the internet is weird. So I'd rather deal with that. Yeah, 5'2". Yeah. It's a bit stupid too because I have to like individually um, add sharpness to my images because of the sparkles. It made it all messy. Yeah. Okay. Oh no. That's funny. But brown eyes are cool. I have gray sad eyes, and it's always been kind of, people get on you about it a lot. And that's just because society values certain colors more than others, which I find absolutely stupid. So, it's my first time using a code for Ravelry. That should be interesting. Oh, I'm so excited about this. Yeah. Yeah, I have bluish gray eyes, so like they're more blue than light, but in certain lighting I can barely see the color. Like if it's very very sunny, it looks almost white because it reflects inside the 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 iris. Oh, I forgot a swatch. What's that? Okay. I forgot to measure it. Ah, important to do it. So that's like, oh boy. Hold on. Um, 45 by 45 by 32. Oh boy. So yeah, I like having bluish gray eyes, but it's also kind of annoying because sunlight is your worst enemy. You know what I mean? It reflects the light. It takes on more light than it should. But I need my paper to do this. And I used a 175 grams. And mm, what? How many? Oh, I'm sorry this is boring, but yeah. Um, I'm trying to figure out. Yeah, the same thing would be happening to him. Oh, polarization in the lenses, that's good. That helps for sure. What else do I need to say? I don't know what to say in my notes. Like, my brain is a little bit stuck. Yeah, me too. You're waiting for molds for more hooks. Buffing wheels for polishing. Yeah. Waiting is the worst because you're like on the edge of your seat. I think it might be because of being neurodivergent. Like, you can't do anything else while you wait because your brain process is kind of interrupted. And so, like, you just have to sit and wait, essentially. That's what I do anyway. I struggle doing anything else when I'm waiting for stuff to happen. I'm gonna wind this yarn ball while I do this. And it should be fine. I'll trust the process. I'll leave it there. I don't know what to do. Oh, save. Okay, I'm gonna have to take better pictures. Pictures. There. I think I'm done for that. Okay. Um, I think this will be all for today. Thank you for having a chat. Thank you for hanging out. A reminder, my birthday party is tomorrow at 12. If you want to put that in your schedule, you can go on my YouTube channel and go through the live section, and you can add the reminder not to forget that this is going on, and YouTube will remind you. Although you do have to go in your settings on your account, and you have to enable receiving notifications for when people go live and stuff, because if you don't do that, even if you click on the remind me button, you're not gonna get notified. So it has to be enabled through your account as well. All right, thank you everyone for joining. I'll see you all later. Bye everyone. Oh no, it disappeared. Oh no. All right, I'll see you tomorrow everyone.